Look at this. What you're seeing burning like this is Russia. Russia is burning in a broad daylight, and the whole world is watching and doing nothing. Look at it. Now, what is happening here? So Ukraine carried out a long-range drone attack on Russian facilities. And what facilities did they target this time? So for some days now, Ukraine has been targeting oil facilities like refineries, oil depots, and all that, causing a lot of economic damage to Russia. But guess what? Ukraine just did the worst to Russia. What you're seeing here is the Wildberries warehouses. 4 Wildberries warehouses in Russia. According to report, this is just like the Amazon of Russia. An e-commerce platform or company that processes over 20 million goods per day. I'm talking about 20 million goods per day, or 20 million orders per day. That is what their warehouses, where they process those goods, where they store the goods that they supply to customers, is what Ukraine targeted using drones across Russia. In fact, one was also targeted right there in the capital of the country, in Moscow. What has happened? About 8 persons have been confirmed dead from this attack, and dozens upon dozens have been confirmed badly injured. Guess what? Why exactly did Ukraine carry out this attack against Russia? Recently, Russia came out to say that's Putin. He said all the attacks on their oil facilities, oil depots and refineries and the rest of that have caused a lot of disruption to oil supply, even within the country. But these are temporary. Now, Ukraine went deeper and discovered that this, according to Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, he alleged that this company uses their warehouses as a conduit for processing, packaging, assembling, and movement of weapons that are used for attacking Ukraine. And that's why they targeted all their warehouses across the country. They have about 5 according to reports, but they've hit 4 of them. According to reports also, the damages that this attack has caused to this company is currently worth about £1 billion. £1 billion. That's over 2 trillion naira. Take this particular warehouse I'm talking about, like your Jumia. You know, Jumia have their own warehouse where they store goods that they process for customers. That is exactly what we are talking about. Their warehouses, this is the biggest, online markets in Russia, Wildberries. And according to reports, why this war is going on and going towards this direction is like Ukraine opening a new phase or a new escalation in this war. Recently, Russia carried out an attack against Ukraine, and that attack went too deep into residential areas, killed a lot of residents, a lot of civilians in Ukraine. Currently, as we speak, everybody in Ukraine have already accepted the war as their reality. As a matter of fact, a Nigerian student was recently killed in this war in Ukraine, telling you that there is no more. This is no longer a war about about military to military. The war has now gotten to the point where there is no more target. Just hit anywhere in the country. That's what Russia is doing right now. And while this is going on, Ukraine has specifically targeted Russian economic hubs, their oil depots, their shipping vessels, their oil vessels rather, their tankers, their oil refineries, things that holds Russian economy to a stand. These are the things, these are the pillars that Ukraine is targeting, trying to cripple Russian economy. Probably that could pressure Putin.
We are here in Nigeria discussing Tinubu, Odogwu Asaba, David Omahe, Pella, and the rest of them, very dark man. Whereas some countries are blowing war to each other. Russia and Ukraine are blowing war to each other. US and Iran are blowing war to each other. So you see, I've come to realize that in this world, as this world a whole, there can never be peace. As in there can never be peace. In one way or the other, 2 countries must surely involve in a conflict activity. there can never be a moment in this whole world, you will just hear that this country and this, as in you will just hear that there are total peace in this whole world. It can never happen. From one problem to another. I will play the video for you guys to watch. We are here discussing whether there are some countries that are engaged in a full blow war. US and Iran are fighting their own. Russia and Ukraine are fighting their own. And men looking at all these things, and these things are not even going to end anytime soon. Let me play another video for you guys to watch. And as you watch, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, because in this channel I'll just be bringing to you what is happening around the world, what is trending in Nigeria and other parts of news. So don't forget to subscribe and let's watch the video. Thank you.
So the US just conducted one of the most destructive attacks against Iran, and the US this time around targeted a border crossing between Iran and Iraq. And according to reports, they targeted the radar tower that is sitting at this particular point. And this is a very critical position in Iran, because this is where pilgrimage, of course, people who go to the holy city in Iraq, this is where they passes to visit the Shiite holy city. This is a very strategic attack conducted by the US military just this early morning or early hours of the 23rd of July 2026. And according to reports, there are some reports coming out saying some people were there are casualties from the attack, while some other reports are saying no casualties recorded yet or confirmed yet. But with what we've seen, the level of the number of people in this particular area who are scampering for safety shows that there must be casualties, or there might be definitely casualties in that particular attack. Meanwhile, that's not the only place where the US struck in Iran this early morning. They've hit a lot of other locations, other places, but this is said to be the most destructive that has happened. And this has, according to the IRGC or the Iranian media, they claim that that in fact the movement of the pilgrimage continues, that the disruption was just temporary, but they've been able to restore normalcy in that area. You can see multiple US strikes happening across the country in Iran. And whether we like it or not, the US is making sure that they pay back Iran for killing US military personnel. And this is just exactly what President Trump had promised, that Iran, in fact, President Trump actually posted saying that CENTCOM should open the gate of hell on Iran. Meanwhile, while that is also happening, Iran is also attacking. You can see the Syrian engaging from different angles. Even in Iraq, Syrian has been engaging drones coming towards the US bases, US embassy, and other the Kurdish opposition in Iraq over there. And while the US is busy intercepting, Iran is also upgrading their own air defense systems. But of course, their air defense systems are not just enough for the kind of strikes or the level of strike the US carries out against them all the time. You can see this particular missile they launched today. These are Iranian attacks today. That was early hours of towards the evening of 22nd of July. You can see them launching missiles, also launching drones, all manner of attacks. All they are doing is just making sure that they keep launching. But remember, Iran has become, their attacks this time has become much more precise, and they hit more targets now, unlike what the war used to be from the beginning, when they just launch drones, launch missiles, and majority of them end up in civilian areas. This time around, they target military assets, military bases, and they hit their precise targets. Well, the US is also intensifying pressure, intensifying attack, the hits, making sure that they continue to degrade the capabilities of the IRGC. The US has been able to prove one thing from this war, and what they've been able to prove is that Iran has really amassed a lot of arsenal. The Iranian, nobody would ever believe that Iran was going to be capable of doing what they are doing, and this is exactly what President Trump has been warning about. Is you can imagine a nation with this level of capability in the Middle East, and as I don't know how to put it, but just imagine Iran owning a nuclear bomb at this point. You should already know what that means, the message that can send. Well, this is the US doing reloading of, you can see this is exactly what war is all about, logistics.